Hello, this is Roger Shouse, and this is Jumpstart Rewind. This is part of our Heaven Bound podcast family. Philippians 4, verse 13, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. I had a talk with a brother the other day. There was a sadness in his eyes. His wife was homesick. She had so many things wrong with her that she spent almost the whole day in bed. About the only time she left the house was to go to doctors. She's been this way for a while, and there has really been no belief that the situation will change. Then there were other conversations. One had a disabled child. The child was not young. He needed constant attention. Then there was another conversation about someone who had a divorced child, and the situation wasn't good. Then there was another conversation with one who had recently put a parent in a nursing home. Sad stories, and beneath it all is that life wasn't turning out like these people had planned. When we are young and in our 20s, we paint a picture of the future that's filled with hope and dreams and happiness. But then life happens. Our plan A doesn't look like the plan A that we had planned. Sickness and sadness has turned life into major adjustments in how we thought things would be. Finances drained because of health issues. Having to work a lot longer than one wanted to. Having a child or a mate that requires constant medical attention. Gone are the dreams of traveling. Gone are the dreams of playing with the grandkids. Gone is the life that one wanted to have. Years ago, I preached a lesson called Bloom Where You Are Planted. That became one of our jump starts in the early years. The idea came from driving on a highway that was cut through the rocks. On both sides of the highway, there were high walls of rocks. But there, sticking out of one of the rocks, was a tree. No one planted the tree there. It happened to have enough soil and sunlight that a seed blown there by the wind or dropped by a bird that started to grow. Today, that tree sticks out of the rocks along the highway. Now, if that tree could talk, it'd likely want to be planted in front of a county courthouse or in a beautiful park where everyone could enjoy it. But as it is, it's sticking out of a rock along a rock ledge along some ugly highway. And that so often illustrates life for us. Oh, the plans and the dreams we started with, but life and reality makes us realize that those dreams are just that, just dreams. Life didn't turn out the way we wanted, and that causes a deep regret, a sadness, and discouragement with us. Here's some thoughts. First, we don't get to determine all the details of our life. We think we do, but things happen. People break promises. Sin, disaster, trials, and temptations are all things that can alter the direction we're traveling. It is selfish and a bit immature to become bitter because those things did not turn out the way I wanted. There is a house that you wanted to buy, but before you could get your act together, someone else puts money down and it becomes their house and not yours. Multiple times in history, young men who were busy in school or starting families and early in their careers were rushed overseas to fight in a war. They didn't do that because they wanted to, but duty called. Many of those young men never made it back home alive. For families back home, their world was turned upside down. A car accident can instantly change the dreams that you were holding on to. We can't control all the aspects of our life. Secondly, what we feel like is plan A for us may not be what God has in mind. God may have another plan A for us. We see that biblically with the Apostle Paul. He was skyrocketing in the Jewish faith, a rock star and aggressively stamping out that new movement based on Jesus. But a road trip turned into a vision and a complete course correction for Paul. What he tried to defeat, now he's promoting. His plan A wasn't what God had in mind. And it may be the same for you. God may have plans that you have never thought of. Third, while we love to live happily ever after with sunny days and smiles upon our faces, it may be the valleys of the shadow of death that God wants us to travel. Sitting at the table with our enemy, as Psalms 23 presents, is not where we want to sit. We want to sit with family and friends. We don't mind if we never see our enemies again, but the Lord puts us at the table with our enemy. It's the darkness of the storms that our true character shines and our faith is manifested. We learn more through storms than we do in the days of peace and prosperity. So life doesn't turn out the way we imagined. Make the most of it. Glorify God through it. Learn lessons. Become a servant of the Lord. Trials and troubles won't follow us to heaven. There will be no disappointment in heaven. Blooming where you are planted is an important lesson in life to learn. So you're stuck growing out of a rock along some ugly highway. Make the most of it. Bring some beauty to that ugly stretch of road. Put some shade to cool down the area. Life may not turn out the way you expected. You can still be a vital part of the kingdom, and you can glorify God where you are. Bloom where you're planted. Thank you for listening.